The National Herald case has come roaring back with the Enforcement Directorate filing its first charge sheet that names Rajya Sabha Congress MP Sonia Gandhi and Leader of Opposition in Lok Sabha Rahul Gandhi, Indian Overseas Congress President Sam Pitroda and others. The ED in its charge sheet is believed to have alleged a fraud to a tune of close to 700 crore rupees and has announced its decision to seize assets. ED action has now flared into a massive political showdown between the Congress and the BJP in the national capital. The Congress is calling Enforcement Directorate's action as political vendetta. The BJP says the law is finally catching up. India Today's Munish Pandey brings us our top story tonight.
The National Herald case continues to haunt Gandhis. The Enforcement Directorate has filed its first charge sheet in the money laundering case, with A1 being Sonia Gandhi and A2 Rahul Gandhi. The case revolves around the takeover of Associated Journals Limited, AJL, which ran the National Herald newspaper by Young Indian, a company linked to the Gandhis. Associated Journals Limited suspended operations in 2008 due to financial issues. In 2010, the National Indian Congress provided an interest-free loan of 90 crore rupees to help settle its debts. This loan was later transferred to Young Indian Limited, a newly formed company majority owned by Sonia and Rahul Gandhi. Young Indian Limited acquired 99.99% of Associated Journals Limited's shares, effectively taking over the company and its assets, including properties reportedly worth 700 crore. The ED claims the Associated Journal Limited and the Young Indian Limited deal was a fraudulent attempt to acquire assets. This comes as the agency takes over AJL properties worth over 700 crore in Delhi, Mumbai and Lucknow. The charge sheet filed in Delhi's Rouse Avenue Court also names Sam Pitroda, Suman Dubey and others. The court will hear cognizance arguments on April 25th. The probe began in 2014 after Subramaniam Swamy alleged that AJL assets worth 2,000 crore rupees were taken over for just 50 lakh rupees. Political fireworks erupt over the issue. Congress has cried political conspiracy over the charge sheet against the Gandhis, calling the charge sheet a politically motivated move and part of the BJP's vendetta politics.
There is nothing more except a charge sheet filed in a fake case, in a non-existent case. But anyway, this is being contested. Will be contested fully in all aspects.
The National Herald case charge sheet is a clear case of political vendetta. The organization called National Herald is the pride part of Congress party.
The BJP, however, has dismissed these claims, hailing the agencies.
कांग्रेस के यह दावे बहुत खोखले, आधारहीन और दुर्भावना से प्रेरित तथा जांच की प्रक्रिया को प्रभावित करने के विचार से प्रेरित दिखाई पड़ते हैं.
As the political blame game intensifies, all eyes are now on April 25th court hearing. With Munish Pandey, Bureau Report, India Today.
The Congress party insists this is a fake case. Abhishek Manu Singhvi is a legal eagle. He's a senior Congress leader, and he insists that this is completely baseless. He said, of course, they will contest it in a court of law, insisting that this is driven by political vendetta. Before I get you more on the story, listen in to Abhishek Manu Singhvi's defense.
As stated years ago when this was initiated, the National Herald case is a one-trick wonder where this government has started a money laundering investigation without there being any movement of money, any movement of property, any activity which caused a transfer. Now there is nothing more except a charge sheet filed in a fake case, in a non-existent case. But anyway, this is being contested. Will be contested fully in all aspects. And earlier, all statements have been recorded in this regard by the persons, including the former Congress President Sonia Gandhi ji.
So political vendetta, or are the slow wheels of justice finally moving, since the first complaint was filed over a decade ago by Dr. Subramanian Swamy in 2014. So let's dive head on into this high-octane political flare-up with facts. Joining me on India First, R.P. Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP. Tehseen Poonawalla is a political analyst, is a strong Congress party supporter. Munish Pandey is editor and national bureau chief of India Today. And he's someone who's been tracking the story from the word go since Subramanian Swamy's complaint in 2014. So, Munish, on the 12th of April, the Enforcement Directorate said it is taking steps to seize immovable assets worth close to 700 crore rupees linked to the money laundering case involving the Congress-controlled AJL Limited. Now, both Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi apparently together hold about 76% of AJL shares. So, do we have details of the properties that are being seized or have been seized or are being seized?
Well, Gaurav, that was a very important development as far as this entire case is concerned. And what we do know at this point of time is that the position letter by the Enforcement Directorate was sent to the registrar office of, all three properties. The one property is Herald House, which is in National Capital. The second property we are talking about is in Lucknow, again, Herald House. And the third property is in Mumbai's Bandra, Herald House. Now, all three properties, according to the Enforcement Directorate, the current value is more than 2,000 crore rupees. And sending this possession letter, Gaurav, means that ED has some evidence to prove that indeed there was proceeds of crime because of which these properties were earlier attached. And sending this possession letter means that ED wants to acquire these properties. So it was a very significant development. And in light of the charge sheet which has been filed by the Enforcement Directorate today, possession of these properties will be very significant because the Congress party and the people associated with Young Indian Private Limited, they have been alleging that this is nothing but political vendetta. But ED claims that based on evidence, they are moving ahead in the case. And that is why this possession letter was sent to different offices in the country on April 11. Gaurav.
Stay with me for a moment as I bring in Tehseen Poonawalla and R.P. Singh into this conversation. So, Tehseen Poonawalla, how is this political vendetta? Dr. Swamy made some allegations way back in 2014. A probe was ordered by court. The ED, after its investigations, is now filing a charge sheet. So, beyond the rhetoric, explain how and why is this political vendetta against Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and others, sir?
Jai Hind, Gaurav. Two or three things. The fact that ED attempted to seize AJL's properties worth 661 crores, as you said, in April 2025, before a trial conviction, which is premature and prejudicial, itself shows that this is vendetta because the ED has so far proved no case. Now, what is this case? This case is not made on a predicted offense. It's made by an individual. Who is this individual? A member of the BJP, a political party that opposes the Congress. None of the shareholders of AJL or the Congress party has complained. Now, Gaurav, with humility, I think you made one error. It was a factual error, bona fide, not a mad fide. Rahul ji and Sonia ji own 38% in YI, not in AJL. So YI is a company, a not-for-profit company that was formed to manage AJL. So they had converted the debt into equity. This is not the first time that's happening. But what is the foundation of YI? YI, in its very objectives, says that none of AJL's properties can ever be transferred, can ever be moved, neither can they take a rent. In fact, YI is a not-for-profit company, as I explained earlier. So the ED has no evidence of even dividends going, because if dividends go, that is criminality. The ED is not filed that. So under what basis is the ED filed? Just to make one simple leg, the very fact of the National Herald House that we're talking about, say in Delhi or Mumbai or in Lucknow, all of them exist where it is. Nothing has been sold. If it can't be sold, it is government property which can't be sold. What is ED's case? You can't register a case of something that might happen.
respond RP Singh, not just to the points that are being made by Tehseen Poonawalla on this broadcast, saying that property can neither be transferred nor sold, nor profits accrued from it. Jairam Ramesh says seizing assets of National Herald is actually state-sponsored crime masquerading as rule of law. Filing a charge sheet against Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi and others is nothing but politics of vendetta and intimidation by the Prime Minister and the Home Minister.
First, let me correct your basic point that Mr. Subramaniam Swamy filed this case in November 2013. 2012, much before this government came. It was UPA government then, and he was not Tehseen Poonawalla Sahab. He was not part of BJP then. He joined BJP in August 2013, 11th August 2013 to be precise. So this has nothing to do with that. He being a BJP member, he filed a case. So he filed a case as an individual because he saw a seed of corruption in that, and he went to the police and he went to the court to do the needful. So let's be clear on this. One. Secondly, Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi both have gone to the Supreme Court, have been told 3-4 times, to quash this case. Well, if there have been no case, the court could have immediately quashed it. When they are only out on bail. Otherwise, simple procedure is a wrong case is levied against me. A court will see through it and then quash the case. Third. Give me a second. Now he says that the Young India can't manage can't use this property or it can't be sold and all. Oh, yes, but who will manage the company? Who owns Young India? Is the Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi as the majority shareholder, almost 76% shareholder. Now today, as per incorporation, yes, that they can't sell the property. After some time, had they run the government again, which their luck ran out, so they would have changed the basic laws of the company. They would have changed the basic frame rule of the company, saying that okay,
so you're saying it's a presumptive crime. It's a presumptive crime that had they come back to power, they could have done that. That would have been corruption. Is that the point you're making, sir?
Give me a second, sir. And then Congress is a political party. It can donate money for a social objective, not to a company, to a private limited company.
Okay.
I mean, I never heard in the world political history that political parties have started donating money. They take money from private limited companies, but it's happening other way around. That 90 crore was given and then later on waived off also. Not only given, waived off also.
Let me bring in Munish Pandey. Let me bring in Munish Pandey for the legal aspect on the legal aspect of this case, because Munish, if we were to look at case number 18 of 2019, which is under section 403, dishonest misappropriation of property is the allegation. Under section 406 of the IPC, that's criminal breach of trust, and section 420 of the IPC, and 420 is relatively better known, crime of cheating and dishonestly inducing the delivery of property. Read with section 120B. So if it's being read with section 120B, is not the only case that is being tracked or probed by the ED. Apparently, there are other angles of the same case that are currently under investigation. What more details can you add to us that are a part or likely to be a part of the charge sheet / investigations?
Well, Gaurav, the case you mentioned, based on the very same case, ED started a money laundering case against, Young Indian Private Limited, along with Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi as accused in the case. Now, as far as the ED allegations are concerned, and what Mr. Tehseen Poonawalla was also saying, that how can Young India Private Limited benefit by acquiring these properties, because no one can acquire these properties. But ED allegations are completely different from what Mr. Poonawalla is saying. ED is claiming that not only these properties were fraudulently obtained for merely 50 lakh rupees, but also ED has alleged that the advance rent which was being generated by these properties worth more than 38 crore rupees. Apart from that, there is a bogus donation. What ED is alleging is that they received a bogus donation also of 18 crore rupees, and there was recovery of 29 crore rupees through advertisement also. So apart from the main allegation, Gaurav, that Young Indian Private Limited tried to acquire these properties, the allegations are also on the basis of the bogus donations, the advance rent received, and also the advertisement. So all these are going to be part of the money laundering charge sheet which the ED has filed. And ED claims that this charge sheet, which has been filed before the court, is based on the evidence and the recovery and seizure of the documents during searches. Gaurav.
Okay, Tehseen Poonawala, you want to quickly respond to this? Yeah. Because the Congress had challenged this probe at every level, from High Court to Supreme Court, and each court weighed in favor of pursuing an investigation. So 2021, the ED was directed to probe. 2025, they filed a charge sheet. And the point that my colleague Munish Pandey raised about 38 crore advance rent, 18 crore through alleged bogus donations, and money through advertisements. Respond to both these points.
I'll respond to all the points. So first, at every point, the Gandhis have actually got relief from the courts. Yes, the stay has not been, the probe has not been stayed, because in ED, the presumption is you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent. So that couldn't have been stayed. But they've always got relief, even in 2015, when they got bail, 2014, the Delhi High Court. So they've always got relief. Otherwise, in ED, you're generally arrested, as is the case. But the courts have asked the ED to come forward. They've not been able to come forward. Now, what are the two allegations? One, as the BJP spokesperson, Singh Saab said, that look, tomorrow they might come to power and sell these properties. The property remains as it is. And second, what Munish Bhai said, what if these properties were acquired for 50 lakhs? And Singh Saab said this property, the 90 crore loan was waived off. Number one, the loan was given by a political party to a newspaper associated with Jawaharlal Nehru, a paper believes firmly in. Nobody can stop this loan from giving. The Election Commission has upheld this loan in various judgments, including 2018 recently. You can't stop a political party. Now that loan was there for AGL, basically to pay the journalists' salaries, pay the electricity bills, etc. This loan was then converted to equity. Nobody can stop that. In fact, the government of India did that recently in Idea Vodafone by converting its loan to Idea Vodafone into equity. That is us taxpayers' money. You can't stop that, and that is a legitimate process. For that, 50 lakhs is a conversion. Who has complained? Has the shareholders of AGL complained? Has the Congress party complained? Has the Congress party? Nobody has complained. The only complainant is a person from outside who comes in, complains, and then joins the BJP. How is this even fair? And where is the predicate offense?
Okay. RP Singh, respond to the point he's raised. Add to the point, 2010, YI or Young Indian was formed when Dr. Swamy went to court 2013-14. He sought investigation, charge sheet filed in 2025. That's case one. And the Congress says, look, there is a pattern to what the BJP is doing. Look at the Robert Vadra case, for instance, and that is just a case in point. Matter dates back to 2008. Questioning comes up in 2025. If this is not political vendetta, what is, sir?
If you're talking about Robert Vadra, again, it's a very unique case where a company pays some 8.5 crore rupees, 7.5 crore rupees to an individual, and that individual again buys some land in Haryana, and then sells that land back to the same company for 58 plus crore rupees. So this is the this is how the money is being cycled, and how the company could have also bought the land directly themselves, but no, because Robert Vadra helped them to get that land CLU change. So same is case here also. The scene says that no one has complained. Two of the Justice Karju and, if I rightly remember, Shanti Bhusha are on record saying that our stake was sold without our knowledge. There was no meeting. There was no AGM being called of the AGL. So Associate General Limited, Private Limited. So this is how they have tried to use this money. And then what your colleague said, that how the bogus transactions have started happening. That's the concern, that you are owning the company, you have the rights to run the company. So you use the money which is being earned through rentals or other source of income, other than the required one, which is the printing of the newspaper. Everything else has been done, and then you use that money as you want to use it.
Let me bring in Munish Pandey once again, because Munish is constantly in touch with the sources. Sure. Just give me a moment, because Munish, whatever are the points being raised by the Enforcement Directorate as part of its investigation, whether it's 38 crore rupees as advance rent or 18 crore rupees as bogus donation and bogus advertisements or words to that effect, Where is the corroborative evidence to claim, to back ED's claims? Money laundering, does it have a money trail, Munish?
Well, Gaurav, as far as the evidence in the case is concerned, remember the Enforcement Directorate has filed a charge sheet. And in the charge sheet, and even during the questioning in 2022, when Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi were questioned by the Enforcement Directorate in this case, the main question by the Enforcement Directorate was what was the need to form Young India Private Limited? Because ED suspects that, in 2010, when this company was formed, Young India Private Limited, it was formed with the intention that they wanted to acquire the Herald properties and the profit being generated through the Herald house. Now they have given the entire sequence that AGL, it came into existence in 1937 when 5,000, at that point of time, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and 5,000 freedom fighters came together and they formed AGL. At that point of time, it was very clear that no one will be owner or particular sole owner of AJL. The benefits were not the priority at that point of time. But here the ED's case is that in 2010, this was formed with majority of shareholder being Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, 76% together. The profit, was going to the Young Indian Private Limited, and who was the beneficial owner of this Young India Private Limited? According to ED, it is Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi. So there's whole case is based on the documents and the statements recorded during the investigation. Also, the circumstantial evidence that Young India Private Limited, being the non-profit organization, what was the role of Young India Private Limited in getting that particular loan waive off, also trying to acquire those properties from AGL. These are the main allegations, and based on this, Gaurav, the ED has filed its charge sheet. Now it will be seen whether the court take cognizance of this charge sheet on 25th April or not.
So 25th April is when... Okay, last 30 seconds, gentlemen. First you, Tehseen. Go ahead, sir.
No 90 crore has been waived off. It's converted loan to equity. I'm repeating that point. It's happened with Idea Vodafone and Government of India.
Go on, sir.
Not paid off.
AGL, no. Therefore, it was converted to equity, na? Because they couldn't pay it off.
ED is eligible.
ED can say anything. That's ED can say. That's all. ED can say anything.
So whatever the ED says now comes up on the 25th
may just make one very important point
of April.
Just very important point. Very important point.
Just 30 seconds without repetition. Go on, sir.
Yeah. The fact that Shanti Bhushan and Kaju's points are individual cases that are not documented. In fact, the corporate law and the corporate meetings show that the AGM did take place for allowing of the share. And Shanti Bhushan and Justice Kaju have not challenged that. These are statements made in media. It's not even part of the charge sheet. These are statements, media statements.
So let's see what the charge sheet... RP Singh, quickly, sir. Quickly, because I've run out of time. Go on, sir.
And let's talk about, as in case of Mr. Robert Water, someone paid him 7.5 crore rupees to buy that land of 58.5 crore rupees. Now, who paid 50 lakh rupees to Young India? There's another question. And why he paid this much money?
Company.
So we will seek answers on the 25th, and Munish will be tracking the story very closely when the matter comes up in that designated court at Rouse Avenue once again on the 25th. That is all I have time for on India First this evening.